6th Standard, Term 2, Social Science, History, Unit 3, From Chiefdoms to Empires. Importance of 6th century BC. During the 6th century BC, many territorial states emerged. This led to the transformation of socio-economic and political life of the people in the Gangetic Plains. A new intellectual awakening began to develop in northern India. Mahavira and Gautama Buddha represented this new awakening. Role of iron in a changing society. Iron played a significant role in this transformation of society. The fertile soil of Gangetic Valley and the use of iron plough shares improved agricultural productivity. In addition, iron facilitated craft production. Agrarian surplus and increase in craft products resulted in the emergence of trading and exchange centers. This, in turn, paved the way for the rise of towns and cities. Thus, knowledge in the use of iron gave Magadha an advantage over other Mahajanapadas. Thus, the Magadha could establish an empire of its own. Ghana, Sanghas and kingdoms. There were two kinds of government in North India during the 6th century BC. Ghana, Sanghas, non-monarchical states. Kingdoms, monarchies. The term Ghana means people of equal status. Sangha means assembly. The Ghana Sanghas covered a small geographical area ruled by an elite group. The Ghana Sanghas practiced egalitarian traditions. A kingdom means a territory ruled by a king or queen. In a kingdom monarchy, a family which rules for a long period becomes a dynasty. Usually, these kingdoms adhered to orthodox Vedic traditions. Janapadas and Mahajanapadas. Janapadas were the earliest gathering places of men. Later, Janapadas became republic or smaller kingdoms. The widespread use of iron in Gangetic Plains created conditions for the formation of larger territorial units, transforming the Janapadas into Mahajanapadas. 16 Mahajanapadas, great countries. 16 Mahajanapadas dotted the Indo-Gangetic plain in the 6th century BC. It was a transformation from a semi-nomadic kinship-based society to an agrarian society with network of trade and exchange. Hence, an organized and a strong system of governance required a centralized state apparatus. There were four major Mahajanapadas. They were Magadha in Bihar, Avanti in Ujjain, Kosala in eastern Uttar Pradesh, and Vatsa in Kausambi, Allahabad. Among the four Mahajanapadas, Magadha emerged as an empire. The causes for the rise of Magadha. The Magadha was located on the lower part of Gangetic Plain. The plain was fertile, which ensured the rich agricultural yield. This provided regular and substantial income to the state. The thick forest supplied timber for constructions of buildings and elephants for army. Abundance of natural resources, especially iron, enabled them to equip themselves with weapons made of iron. Growing trade and commerce facilitated movement of people as well as settlement of people in centers of arts and crafts. The outcome was urbanization and emergence of Magadha as an empire. Dynasties of ancient Magadha. Four dynasties ruled over Magadha Empire: the Haryanaka dynasty, the Shishunga dynasty, the Nanda dynasty, the Maurya dynasty. Haryanaka dynasty. Magadha's gradual rise to political supremacy began with Bimbisara of Haryanaka dynasty. Bimbisara extended the territory of Magadha Empire by conquests and by matrimonial alliance with Lichavis, Madra and Kosala. His son Ajatsatthura, a contemporary of Buddha, convened the first Buddhist council at Rajgriha. Udayan, the successor of Ajatasathora, led the foundation of the new capital at Pataliputra. Shishunga dynasty. Haryanaka dynasty was succeeded by the Shishunga dynasty. Kalasoka, a king of Shishunga dynasty, shifted the capital from Rajgriha to Pataliputra. He convened the second Buddhist council at Vaishali. Nanda dynasty. Nandas were the first empire builders of India. The first Nanda ruler was Mahapadma. Mahapadma Nanda was succeeded by his 8 sons. They were known as Navanandas, 9 Nandas. Dhanananda, the last Nanda ruler, was overthrown by Chandragupta Maurya. Mauryan Empire. Sources: archaeological sources, punch marked coins, inscriptions, edicts of Ashoka, Junagadh inscription. Secular literature: Kautilya's Arthasastra, Vishakadatta's Mudrakshasa, Mamullanar's poem in Agananuru. Religious literature: Jain, Buddhist texts and Puranas. Foreign notices: Dipavamsa, Mahavamsa and Indica. Mauryan Empire, India's first empire. Capital: Pataliputra, present-day Patna, Bihar. Government: Monarchy. Historical era: 322 BC to 187 BC. Important kings: Chandragupta, Bindusara, Ashoka. Chandragupta Maurya. The Mauryan Empire was the first largest empire in India. Chandragupta Maurya established the empire in Magadha. Bhadrabahu, a Jain monk, took Chandragupta Maurya to the southern India. Chandragupta performed Salekana, Jain ritual in which a person fasts unto his death, in Sravanabelgola, Karnataka. Bindusara. Real name of Bindusara was Simhasena. He was the son of Chandragupta Maurya. Greeks called Bindusara as Amitragatha, meaning slayer of enemies. During Bindusara's reign, Maurya Empire spread over large part of India. He appointed his son Ashoka as a governor of Ujjain. After his death, Ashoka ascended the throne of Magadha. Ashoka. Ashoka was the most famous of the Mauryan kings. He was known as Devanampiya, meaning beloved of gods. Ashoka fought the Kalinga War in 261 BC. He won the war and captured Kalinga. The horror of war was described by the king himself in the Rock Edict 13. Chandasoka, Ashoka the wicked, to Dhamasoka, Ashoka the righteous. After the Battle of Kalinga, Ashoka became a Buddhist. He undertook tours, dharmayatras, to different parts of the country, instructing people on policy of Dhamma. The meaning of Dhamma is explained in Ashoka's Pillar Edict 2. It contained the noblest ideas of humanism, forming the essence of all religions. He laid stress on compassion, charity, purity, saintliness, self-control, truthfulness, obedience and respect for parents, preceptors and elders. Ashoka sent his son Mahinda and Sangamitra to Sri Lanka to propagate Buddhism. He also sent missionaries to West Asia, Egypt and Eastern Europe to spread the message of Dhamma. The Dhamma Mahamatas were a new cadre of officials created by Ashoka. Their job was to spread Dhamma all over the empire. Ashoka held the third Buddhist council at his capital Pataliputra. Edicts of Ashoka. The 33 edicts on the pillar as well as boulders and the cave wall made by the Emperor Ashoka describe in detail Ashoka's belief in peace, righteousness, justice, and his concern for the welfare of his people. The Rock Edicts 2 and 13 of Ashoka refers to the names of 3 dynasties, namely Pandyas, Cholas, the Kerala Putras, and the Satyaputras. Mauryan administration. Centralized administration. King. The king was the supreme and sovereign authority of the Mauryan Empire. Council of Ministers, known as Mantri Parishad, assisted the king. Assembly of Ministers included a Purohit, a Senapati, a Mahamantri, and the Yuvaraj. King had an excellent spice system. Revenue system. The land was the most important source of revenue for the state. Ashokan inscription at Lumbini mentions Bali and Baga as taxes collected from people. The land tax Baga collected was 1/6 of the total produce. Revenue from taxes on forests, mines, and salt and irrigation provided additional revenue to the government. Much of the state revenue was spent on paying the army, the officials of the royal government, on charities, and on different public works such as irrigation project, road construction, etc. Judicial system. The king was the head of the judiciary. He was the highest court of appeal. King appointed many judges subordinate to him. The punishments were harsh. Military administration. The king was the supreme commander of the army. A board of 30 members divided into 6 committees with 5 members on each monitored navy, armory, transport and supply, infantry, cavalry, the war chariot, the war elephants. Municipal administration, cities and towns. Board of 30 members divided into 6 committees, each at 5 members to manage the administration of the city. Town administration was under Nagarika. He was assisted by Stanika and Gopa. Currency. Money was not only used for trade. Even the government paid its officers in cash. The punch-marked silver coins, pannas, which carry the symbols of peacock, and the hill and crescent copper coins called mashakkas formed the imperial currency. Trade and urbanization. Trade flourished particularly with Greece, Hellenic Malaya, Ceylon, and Burma. The Arthasastra refers to the regions producing specialized textiles: Kasi, Benares, Vanga, Bengal, Kamarupa, Assam, and Madurai in Tamil Nadu. Mauryan art and architecture. Mauryan art can be divided into 2: indigenous art, statues of Yaksha and Yakshis; royal art, palaces and public buildings, monolithic pillar, rock-cut architecture, stupas. A stupa is a semi-spherical dome-like structure constructed on brick or stone. The Buddha relics were placed in the center of the dome. Monolithic pillar, Sarnath. The crowning element in this pillar is Dharmachakra. Beginning of rock-cut architecture. Rock-cut caves of Barabar and Nagarjuna hills. There are several caves to the north of Bodh Gaya. 3 caves in Barabar hills have dedicative inscription of Ashoka, and 3 in Nagarjuna hills have inscriptions of Dasaratha Maurya, grandson of Ashoka. Reasons for the decline of Mauryan Empire. Ashoka's successors were very weak. Continuous revolts in different parts of the empire. Invasion by the Bactrian Greeks weakened the empire. Last Maurya ruler, Brihatratha, was killed by his commander, Pushyamitra Sunga, who established Sunga dynasty. Ancient name, its modern name: Rajgriha, Rajgir; Pataliputra, Patna; Kalinga, Odisha. Elsewhere in the world. The Great Wall of China. It is an ancient series of fortification. During 3rd century BC, Emperor Qin Shi Huang linked these walls on northern border to protect his empire. Temple of Zeus at Olympia. An ancient temple in Olympia, Greece, dedicated to the god Zeus. Constructed during the 5th century BC. It is one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. Glossary. Egalitarian, a person who advocates the principle of equality for all. Monastery, a building in which monks live and worship. Treatise, A written work dealing systematically with a subject. Horror, a feeling of fear and anxiety. Do you know 16 Mahajanapadas? Kuru, Panchala, Anga, Magadha, Vaji, Mala, Kasi, Kosala, Avanti, Chedi, Vatsa, Matsha, Surasena, Asaka, Gandhara, and Kamboja. Do you know Nalanda, UNESCO World Heritage Site? Nalanda was a large Buddhist monastery in ancient kingdom of Magadha. It became the most renowned seat of learning during the reign of Guptas. The word Nalanda is a Sanskrit combination of three words Na plus Alam plus Da, meaning no stopping of the gift of knowledge. Do you know Megasthenes? He was the ambassador of the Greek ruler Seleucus in the court of Chandragupta. He stayed in India for 14 years. His book Indica is one of the main sources for the study of Mauryan Empire. Do you know grandeur of Pataliputra, the great capital city in the Mauryan Empire, which had 64 gates to the city with 570 watchtowers? H. G. Wells, historian. Ashoka shines and shines brightly like a bright star even unto this day. Do you know lion capital of Ashoka? The emblem of the Indian Republic has been adopted from the lion capital of one of Ashoka's pillars located at Sarnath. The wheels from the circular base, the Ashoka Chakra, is a part of national flag. Do you know an edict is an official order or proclamation issued by a person in authority or a king? Do you know the script of the inscriptions at Sanchi, Brahmi, at Kandahar, Greek and Aramaic, at northwestern part, Karoshti? Do you know the Junagar or Girnar inscription of Rudradhaman records that the construction of a water reservoir known as Sudarshana Lake was begun during the time of Chandragupta Maurya and completed during Ashoka's reign? Maurya's main export: spices, pearls, diamonds, cotton textiles, ivory works, conch shells. Maurya's main imports: horses, gold, glassware, linen. Do you know Yakshas were deities connected with water, fertility, trees, the forest, and wilderness? Yakshis were their female counterparts.